We're live.
Hi, good morning, everybody. You're welcome to Ask the Pediatricians live. I hope you can hear me. You can see me. If you can hear and see me, please let's drop a comment. All right, okay. So can you hear me, Kezia? Christiana, you're welcome. Okay, good. Good morning, everybody. Sorry, I seems like I'm losing my network. Okay, I'm fine. Right. So how are we today? I hope everyone is doing great. You're welcome to Ask the Pediatricians live. My name is Vera James, and I'll be anchoring today's program. Today we'll be talking about something very, very interesting. Um, but before we start, I would like that you, Kezia, Christiana, thank you for joining. Please share the video, invite your friends. We'll be sharing the video in the next 2 minutes or 1 minute, please. Invite your friends, share the video. Let everyone learn from Ask the Pediatricians today. Good. Thank you so much. Very, very interesting. Right. Okay. So are we sharing? Yes. Good morning, Umanu. Good morning, Olukoya. You're welcome. Good morning, Blessing. You're all welcome to Ask the Pediatricians live. So I'll just give you a few more seconds so you could share the video, invite your friends, host watch parties if you want to. Right. Okay, so today we'll be talking about strengthening the immunity of children. I'm sure you saw the poster, and today we would have fun learning. And of course, there'll be lots of gifts to win. So I'll be introducing our consultant pediatrician, Dr. Boyede. She's taking the show. She's our guest for today's Ask the Pediatricians Live. She's the CEO of Ask the Pediatricians Foundation, and of course, the founder. Dr. Boyede, good morning. Are you there?
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Vera. It's nice to be with you, everyone. Thank you so much. I can see so many people are already waiting for us this morning. Good morning. How are we all doing? Happy weekend. To everyone watching us. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And we're so excited to be with you on ATP Live this morning. Thank you so much.
Okay, Dr. Boyede, thank you so much for coming on board today. We're expecting to be loaded with quality information this morning as usual.
Yeah.
Before we start, I just wanted to, we'll be talking about immunity today, but I like that before we go into that, just give us an overview of the coronavirus. I mean, that's the pandemic, and that's the story around the world today. Everyone is talking about coronavirus. Oh, thank you for that. Before we go on, yeah, we need to let you know that this program is being supported by Pick 456. And so that's why you will get loads of gifts at the end of today's show if you answer our questions correctly. So back to what I was saying, Dr. Boyede. So tell us what's happening. Was social distancing, it became physical distancing, stay at home, lockdown. And in Nigeria, the lockdown has been lifted some sort. However, I don't know if you've been watching and seeing what's been happening. So you need to advise us. Now we need to hear from you. I'm sure um, our viewers want to hear from you. Tell us something about the coronavirus as at today.
Okay.
I know we talked about coronavirus about 2 episodes ago. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Vera. Just to let us know, I think that there's virtually nobody now who does not know that coronavirus or COVID-19 is a ongoing pandemic. And we had a show about ATP Live on coronavirus a few weeks ago. So I know some of you have watched that, and some of you are already tired or inundated with information about COVID-19 being on ATP, but I'm just going to summarize for those who missed that episode, which is, by the way, still available on our YouTube channel, on our page, and just to remind us what we are currently ongoing. We have what we call a pandemic, and when we say something is a pandemic, it means it's a disease that is occurring all over the world, affecting so many people at the same time. And we talk about, people wonder, they call it novel coronavirus. So it's not that there are not coronaviruses before, they've been in existence, but this particular one is a new one that was discovered in Wuhan, China, in December 2019. And that's why this is called COVID-19, which is coronavirus disease, picked up in December 19. That's where we got the acronym COVID-19 for. And it's a condition that tends to affect the respiratory system. So people who have it start to have fever, they can have cough, very dry, persistent cough, and they can have shortness of breath. And it's a condition that varies from being mild. Some people have it and they don't even know they have it at all. They are asymptomatic.
Yeah.
To some people having mild symptoms, which is the fever, the cough, the breathlessness, but they're still able to stay at home and they get well without little or no without treatment. Whereas we have people who are very severely ill, and those are the ones that end up being in ICU. They need respiratory support, and sometimes it can affect all the organs as well. And interestingly enough, initially the children, when we are not really having a lot of children having COVID-19, but this seems to be changing. In fact, this virus keeps changing every time. So a lot more children are now having COVID-19 as well, and it's presenting in them. We've had a few cases. I remember when the COVID-19 first started, I put up a post, say, thank God, on behalf of all the pediatricians, that COVID-19 is not affecting our children. But the story seems to be changing, and we've had children being affected, and we have children who have died as well from COVID-19. And that is why it's important for us to have this kind of a conversation about how do we protect our children from COVID-19, and how do we strengthen the immune system of our children, on how to fight COVID-19. You understand, basically, and that's what we're going to be having this morning. So thank you so much for joining us. Once again, don't forget to share the videos and drop your questions as comments. But before we start taking, I know many of you have dropped lots of comments for us. We're going to take your comments and questions, but please, we're going to have
a brief discussion first.
Yes. Then before we take your question. But for those of you who are still here, I can see that we have over like 150 people watching directly. I'm going to give you a gift for being an early arriver. So I'm going to ask you a question, and then the very first person to put up the hands that will get a gift courtesy of Pick 456. All right, here you go. Vera, can you read it for us?
Okay. I'm here to see the question. Yes. So Pick 456 is formulated for which age group? That's the question. Pick 456 is formulated for which age group? So let your answers come in right now. Yeah, good morning. Good morning. There's a question. So answer the question.
I will not give it to you. Make sure you are very explicit. Remember, the pediatricians like to be very explicit in your answers. So you say which age group. So I can see a lot of answers. I'm just being nice by telling you that you are wrong yet. Okay. Vera, you know what I'm talking about. So when I see the very first answer, I will project it.
Yes, I do.
Okay, I think I have an answer. Okay, so yes, so that is Blessing. Yeah. Blessing, the first person to get our first gift this morning. Those of you that put 456, I always tell you guys, to a pediatrician, that is absolute nonsense. Is it 4 days old? Is it 4 weeks old? Is it 4 months old? Is it? Because we take care of children from 0 day of life to 18 years. So if I ask you what is your age, and you tell me 4 or 5 or 6, you have not communicated at all. You have to tell me 4 to 6 years old. That's what makes sense in
So
pediatrics.
blessing Joseph
So blessing,
Oladipo,
congratulations.
congratulations.
Yeah, so the rest of you just stay tuned and we still have more gifts coming your way, and just keep watching. All right, so let's go back to our topic of the day.
Right. Okay, so Dr. Boyede, you're going to start with telling us what immune system is. The topic is strengthening the immune system and all of that, but we need to understand what immune system is. So tell us, what is the immune system?
Okay, thank you. So because we're talking about strengthening the immune system, so we first need to understand. Okay, we talk about strengthening the immunity, and Vera, you could bear witness that one of the questions that we have asked so many times on ATP in the last 2 months when this COVID-19 stuff is people asking me, Dr. Brady, what
Two
can I give
months.
my children? Yeah, what can we give? What can we give? How do we help our
Yes,
children to
yes.
fight this
What can we
infection
do?
and all that? So it is important that we
Yes,
talk about immunity, how to
immune
strengthen
system.
immunity.
Yeah.
But I felt that before you understand, because people do a lot of things and people run away with a lot of information because of lack of understanding. So I always like to, from the scientific view, I always like to give you a background and try to explain as much as we can so that you understand when we say strengthen immunity, you need to understand what is immunity. You need to
What we're
understand
talking
that
about. Yeah.
exactly. Excuse me. And you need to understand that immunity is taken care of by what we call the immune system. All of you know we have different systems in the body. You have your digestive system, the respiratory system, the reproductive system. All of us remember our biology in secondary school. But there's actually an immune system. It's a very important. So the immune system is basically that system in the body that is charged with the responsibility of protecting our children from invaders, from things that are outside the body. So all these germs, including the coronavirus, they are external, dangerous foreigners that when they come into our body, both children and adults. But of course, I'm saying children because we're talking about pediatricians. So the immune system protects our children from outside invaders. So these outside invaders are all those germs, the bacteria, the viruses, the fungi, the toxins. Those are what the immune system responsibility. It's just like what you call your defense system, just like the Nigerian military or Nigerian defense academy.
Yeah.
So the immune system is our military.
Academy. Yeah.
They are the defense system. They are what we call the soldiers that protect our body from diseases. And this immune system, they are in different organs in the body. So I will go into that very shortly. But I want to first tell you that there are two main parts of the immune system. So we have two
Okay.
main parts of the immune system. You will understand why I need to give you this background later. Just stay with me. Number one, what we call the innate immune system. Everybody is born with an innate immune system. They are the parts of your body that God has given to you when you were created to protect you. And so so these are part of everybody has this immune system. They are inherited, you have it. You don't have to be exposed to germs or anything to have this innate immune system. So whenever your body is exposed to them, the cells of this innate immune system immediately recognize anything that is foreign in the body. They gather around it, they attack it, and they get it out quickly. That is the innate immune system.
Wow. Okay.
Then we
Yeah.
also call the adaptive immune system. Now, this adaptive immune system, it varies. In other words, it is only when you are exposed to a particular germ that you develop this one. In other words, it's the way the body remembers what you've been exposed to. And this is what underlies what we call immunization. Because you remember, one of the things that pediatricians talk a lot about is immunization. Is because of what we call adaptive immune system. So, for example, most people, let me not say most of us, most people are having coronavirus because we are coming down with illnesses because our body does not know how to respond to coronavirus before. This is the first time they are has been exposed to it. Now, what the body now tries to do is to try and produce something, what we call antibodies, to fight this new virus. The next time you are exposed to it, your body recognizes it. Okay, I know you, and you are not going to attack me again. I know how to deal with you this time around. So that is what we call adaptive immune system. So these are the immune system you
Yeah.
develop as a result of exposure. And that is why, for example, somebody who lives in Nigeria, who has been exposed to malaria, you have immune system recognize malaria. So when you have malaria, you are not going to be very sick. But somebody who is coming from Europe or somebody who has not been exposed to malaria
Yeah.
for a long time, when they have malaria, they're going to be very, very sick because their immune system has not been dealing with malaria for quite a while. So it is an adaptive system. So the innate immune system is everybody's initial response, the first responder, if you like to call them. It is inherited and it is active the very first day a child is born. And so that is what we call the innate immune system. So the innate immune system
Wow.
includes things like our skin. Most of you don't know that your skin is actually protecting you. So there are some germs that cannot
Okay.
penetrate the skin. And that is why we don't like children having all these rashes that break down their skin, because when your skin is broken down, it's easier for some germs to enter. So there are some germs that are so
Right.
heavy, they can't even pass the skin barrier. Then you have the eyes.
Right.
So that's why your eyes sometimes water. When you have a virus, something enter your eye, you see this waters
Yeah,
immediately.
foreign body.
It
Yeah,
just
right,
needs
right.
to flush that in house. The same thing with our cough. So when something wants to enter your throat, you cough it out. The cough is actually a good protective reflex. It's just what we call immune system that is innate. It just quickly wants to get rid of anything foreign and all that. But
Yeah.
the immune system, it takes time. It takes time. It's a memory system. It is when your body is exposed to it, your body is learning it. So for example, all the people that have had coronaviruses now, they are developing antibodies. And I was reading the other day, WHO is finding out virtually all of them are developing antibodies against coronavirus. And that's why it's so hard
Okay.
for them to have it again. So because when they are exposed again, the virus, I mean, the antibodies remember and it attacks the virus faster, and that is
Wow.
actually what underlies the concept of immunization. You see, the whole world is looking for vaccine, because
Yes,
what we
yes.
do with vaccine is the fact that the vaccine presents your immune system that agent in a controlled way that will not make you sick. But at the same time, it enables your body to produce a response so that whenever you are now really exposed to the real danger, you can really deal with it quickly and you are not going to be sick. Okay, so this acquired immune system include the antibodies and all that. I don't want to go into all the medical jargons with you guys. All right.
No, but this is beautiful. Thank you very much, Dr.
All right.
Boyede.
Okay, just to say that we'll continue. All right, so I just want to continue with just enabling us to understand immune system as well. All right, so like I said, the adaptive immune system takes quite a bit of a time for it to come up, and that is what is we are trying to do with immunization, basically. So it changes. It can change several times during the day. I mean, during the lifetime of a person. Because what immunization does basically is that is working on using the adaptive immune system and the innate immune system to get your body ready against infection. But what we are doing now is that when we're doing immunization, we present the immune system a weak or a dead version or of that germ. In other words, you are exposed to it, the body thinks you are being exposed to it, so it starts working immediately, producing the antibodies, producing the response. But what you are exposed to is not something that will really cause you disease. That's basically what this vaccination. But when you are now really exposed to the real disease, your body fights it quickly because that acquired immune system takes time to work, and and then you will not be sick. All right. So there are many organs in the body that are involved in the immune system. You have the bone marrow, the spleen, the adenoids, the lymph nodes. That's why your lymph nodes get big when you are sick or when you have
Yeah,
infection,
yeah,
because
yeah.
they are overworking the tonsils, the thymus, and all that. So basically, that is the immune system. And I hope everybody understands the background of the immune system.
Yeah, very, very detailed, very detailed. I wasn't even thinking it was this deep. So thank you so much. Now we've learned something.
Yeah,
We've learned about the innate and the adaptive. Well done, Dr. Brady. Thank you so much.
yeah,
So you want to go into how we can strengthen the immune system now. I'm sure a lot of parents want to know how to go about
exactly.
that.
Yeah, so I know that many of you are not here for all those jargons that Dr. Bemi is talking about. You just want to know what do I do?
You need to give background information.
How do I strengthen my child immune system, and how do I protect my child from having the coronavirus infection? And I think that's what we're going to talk about. So basically, there are things you can do to strengthen the child's immune system. So you find out that the reason why some people have coronavirus but they don't get sick is the fact that their immune system is able to deal with it very quickly, whereas some people they they either their immune system does not respond well, or sometimes the immune system over respond. And both of that
Okay.
can be dangerous. So you want it to just be like
Problematic.
image.
Wow. Wow.
You want
Wow.
the immune system to respond well, and you also want it to not over respond, basically. So I'm going to talk
Wow. So that's
about,
the balance.
yes, there's a balance. Number one, we're going to talk about how to keep the immune system itself healthy. So the concept of boosting immune system and all that is not really like, if you understood what I've said right now, you understand that it's not really correct in code to say you're boosting immune system. You already have an immune system, basically, but what you're actually trying to do is to make sure that those cells, that immune system pathway, you are making sure that they are in optimum condition. You are making sure that everything they need to be optimum is there. So that is why I prefer the term strengthening the immune system. But you know what?
Right. Okay.
I'm sure one question people would have asked me is that how come people still get sick despite the fact that we have immune system? We have immune system quite all right, but people still
Someone has
get
asked something really close. Yeah.
exactly. Now, the reason why we do that is that just like any other system in the world, there's a level where the immune system can be overwhelmed. In other words, the immune system gets to a point where it feels like, okay, I'm tired now. Okay, the disease is stronger than the immune system. So, in other words, the immune system tries to fight. So that's why I was saying that it tries to fight, but sometimes it's like the germ, the virus, or whatever overpowers the immune system, so the person becomes sick, or the immune system overworks so much that it begins to destroy even its own self instead of in the process of trying to destroy the germ, it's actually destroy itself. So that's
It's
it. Another
destroying
difference.
itself. That's
Exactly.
overworking. Yeah.
Exactly. So we're trying to look for the balance. So in other words, what I'm trying to say, number one, why it is good to strengthen the immune system, it's also good to protect yourself from being exposed, because sometimes you are never sure whether your immune system is going to be strong enough to deal with this
Yeah.
virus. Initially, when coronavirus started, some governments actually thought it's a good idea for people to be sick to have coronavirus because they will develop immunity. And so
Yes. Yes.
that is what some people were doing initially, but they now found out that the people's immunity is coronavirus seemed to be smarter, and people were actually getting sick and people were actually dying.
And even
So they have
dying.
to change tactics. So we change tactics to protect people from infection, or let's get the vaccine quickly. We are still trying to
Right.
get the vaccine. So many trials are ongoing right now. So basically, we are going to talk about two things: strengthen the immune system, at the same time protect the children from being exposed. That is, so there are two
Yeah.
different
Okay.
things. So
Okay.
let's go
Two
into the
different things. Yeah.
first part of I'm just going to call them tips for strengthening the immune system. Okay, I
Okay.
know everybody will say that Dr. Baby cannot talk without talking about exclusive breastfeeding, but that is the truth. For
Of course. I actually think that should be the first
we're
thing.
going to start with the newborns for our when we talk about strengthening immune system, because for newborns, the most important thing they need to strengthen their immune system is breastfeeding. Now, newborns are born with
Yeah.
very immature immune system. Their immune system is very immature. They can't really fight much infection. But you, the mother, you already have fought so many infections. You have a lot of those
Okay.
immune antibodies, cells, and all that. Now, the good news is that all those things that you have fought, they are packaged into your breast milk. So when you breastfeed your baby,
Wow.
you're actually packing the baby with those antibodies, with those immunization. That is why I always say that colostrum, which is the first milk that a mother
Yeah.
produced,
Yeah.
is
Very
actually the
important.
baby first immunization. That's the baby first immunization. It is the
Right.
immune
Right.
loaded protective antibodies. Everything is in that colostrum and the breast milk. So that
Colostrum.
is why it is important. I know it sounds so rhetoric, like everything is about breastfeeding, I always tell people it is more
Yeah.
than feeding. Breast milk is more than feeding. Breast milk is actually protecting your child from all those infections. It is all those vitamins, all those things we're going to talk about later that are things, nutrient that boost immunity or that make the immune system functioning well. They are in breast milk. So if you have a newborn baby, if you are the type that you are thinking, oh, should I breastfeed or not? If you're not going to breastfeed for food, please breastfeed because of protection.
Protection. Yeah.
The best thing to protect newborns from infection is your breast milk. That's why newborns don't fall sick with
True.
things like measles and all that, because their mother already had it, and the mother is going to pass those antibodies to the baby. And those antibodies are going to work for the very first 6 months while the baby is developing his or her own immunity. So tip one, that is that. So we're still
Exclusive
talking about,
breastfeeding.
yeah, well, we're still talking about that too, immunization. Immunization, I know that
Okay.
this is, we don't have a vaccine for coronavirus yet. uh, we don't, but we have vaccine for other conditions. And the reason why those vaccines are important is because they help to protect our children from other diseases. So when the vaccine comes out, I know there's a lot of controversies and all that conspiracy, but immunization generally protects us. What it does is it's kind of, you remember what I talked about, acquired immune system. Immunization kind of help your body to produce antibodies to fight against viruses and all that. So these are ways to strengthen immune system. Number one, we
Yeah.
talk about breastfeeding, we talk about
Breastfeeding,
immunization.
immunization.
Then we talk
Okay.
about sleep. Now, what people like, what's our sleep got to do with it? Every system in the body needs to recharge. Every system in the body needs to recharge. And there are lots of competition going on. So when you are working, you're busy, the body is producing certain kind of chemicals that are for some certain things. But when you sleep, those kind of systems that are not very needed when you are busy walking up and down, the body can focus on them. It can renew them. So your all those cells, all those what we call the T cells, all those cells that are involved in immunity and all of that. When you sleep, when you rest well, your body has time to work on them. So it is important that even during this time, you let the children sleep. This is not time for them to watch TV all night. It strikes when your body
Yeah.
strikes, it produces another kind of hormones, and those hormones are actually not good for immune system. They are called stress hormones and all that. So you don't want that. So you want children to rest well and all that. Of course,
So, Dr. Boyede, I want to ask a question, please. Does this apply to adults as well? Sleep.
of course, everybody. Yeah,
Okay.
everybody.
Good
But
news.
we're talking children now. This is ATP. Okay, so now we're
I
going to,
know that's your priority.
okay, so this is, we're talking about diet. Diet is important. Now, I know people want to talk about, this is one this is one mothers know quite all right. They know very well that, okay, and I know that some of you will go into the shops, you will see all sorts of supplements, all sorts of things that are labeled immune booster, immune this, immune that. Some of them, they are just selling products anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
But to be honest, there are
Right.
actually food that promotes what's it called, that promotes immunity. And so it is important for us to give our children those food, and they're not really that difficult food to get. So don't be, because we know from science that nutrition plays a key role in enhancing immune resistance. So just like any other part of our body, there are those cells.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm talking about those cells. So there are cells, there are antibodies, which are protein, and there are so many. They need some antioxidant. They need some chemicals to do their work. You understand? That is the immune system. So there are things that the immune system need to do their work. So you need to make sure that the children are eating those kind of things, and some of them are not big food like your or like what we call
Very important.
macronutrients. They are tiny, tiny micronutrients and vitamins. They are very, very important in the making sure that this immune system is active. So I'll give you an example of some of those micronutrients, things like zinc, selenium, iron, not the iron that used to roof your house, the one in food, and the vitamins. So vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, they are very, very important
Yeah.
for the immune system. So more than
Right.
anything else, this is not the time to start feeding our children with junk food. This is the time to give them healthy food that will enable them. And it's very easy. Newborn, feed them exclusive breastfeeding. Older children, start them on complementary food, but make sure that those food has all
Balance.
these micronutrients and that are very important for boosting the immune system. An example of those micronutrients are your fruits and your vegetables. They are not very hard. They are things you have in your kitchen. This is time for children to
Yeah.
eat fruits and eat vegetables. All sorts, especially the green leafy vegetables. They are very good source of vitamin A. Your banana, this, and children, most of them like fruits anyway. But you can give them in a very interesting way. So this is a time. The NHS recommend like 5 a day, so you must take at least 5 portions of fruits a day for children, and that's even harder. So it's very important that we take them. Okay, so I'm going to
We're
ask.
beginning to have questions.
Yes, we're running out, and Vera is asking me that I need to ask you guys questions so that you can win some prizes. So we talk about fruits and vegetables, and some people ask me a lot about supplements, and I always tell them that Vera, I will post the question soon, but I just want to hand this out.
Yeah,
That
that's fine.
it is, if you can give the food itself is good. But if you are the type of parent that you are not sure that your child is either your
To
child is
have.
not eating
Yeah.
fruit or those kind of things, then it is okay to give them the vitamins or supplements or food supplements that contain those micronutrients and vitamins I'm
Nutrients.
talking about. So what I'm saying for clarity is that if you can get the green leafy vegetables, your fruits, that's okay. Then you don't really need to worry about giving supplement. But if you are like, okay, my child doesn't take fruits, I've tried my best, or I'm not so sure that they are really taking those food, then you can give them products that contains those multivitamins, those
Micronutrients. Okay.
micronutrients as well, and that will help to
So in other
strengthen.
words, it's not compulsory to do all of those, to get all of those products.
No, 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 no. It's not compulsory to give specific products, but you can. I always say if you can give your food products, yes. But some people say I'm not so sure, and they want to be sure,
So
so
that's like an
can
option.
you can
Okay.
give it. Okay. So I'm going to
Yeah.
ask you a question. I know I just gave you that one is an expo now. We're just giving you two questions. I just told you, just tell me two of those food that can boost immunity, that can build immunity. So I'm going to be looking for who is going to. Okay, somebody is actually asking
Oh
me. Princess is asking me what food can build
no, good
immunity. I
question.
just answer your question.
What? Yes.
So yes, so you can tell me, and then I
So
will.
who's asked?
I've not
The
gotten.
question here is,
Oh, sorry. I think
Dr.
I'm.
Boyede, we're projecting the wrong question. Yes, yes.
Oh, sorry, sorry. Okay, Okay, sorry. Let me. That's
So,
number
but you
one.
asked the question. So,
Okay, but answer the two. Okay, let's take them one after the other. Mention two immune boosting
yes.
food first. Okay, and then you can later now mention the.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. So Roxy, no, Chioma Ezinwa Onuigbo. She says fruits and vegetables.
I didn't give example.
Give an example, please. Give an example. Okay.
Okay, let's give it to her.
Right, right.
We mix up. Okay,
Chioma
let's give it.
Ezinwa.
Okay, let's give it to Chairman because now everybody knows the answer. Okay, so and then some people have started answering the other questions as well, which is the um uh mention to immune boosting nutrients in pig. Okay, so let me see who got that one. That's from our sponsor. Olugbogi. Is Olugbogi correct?
I can't even see what she's saying. That's
It say
so
iron and
tricky.
zinc. Iron and zinc. Iron and zinc.
Uh, but Dr. Reid, I think you haven't really told us that. So I'm sure she's just giving an answer
No, I
from whatever
did.
she's read
I
somewhere.
did tell you that.
Okay, yeah, that's true. You no, as did you say it's in peak?
Yeah, I projected it.
Okay,
Yeah, she's
okay, okay,
correct.
okay, okay. Yeah,
Is
she's
that
fine.
iron?
Okay,
No, she only got the zinc part correct though.
yeah. That's what I was thinking too.
Okay, so that's what it contains. So you can get that. Okay, yeah, we give it to her. We give it to her so that we don't get back and forth. All right. So who have you given this last two questions to? I can see so many people are answering questions. So we'll give to Ulubogi. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Olugbogi. So
Okay.
congratulations, Olugbogi Omotola.
Okay, so I've talked about the immune. I've talked about the things to do to strengthen immune system. So I'm going to quickly ask a question about that tip. Okay, but before I go on, let me just finish the protection part. So we've talked about how to strengthen the immune system, breastfeed children, babies exclusively to the first 6 months. For the older children, toddlers and older children, give them food that are rich in that boosts immune system. So we talk about fruits and vegetables, and if you are not sure your child is getting the fruits and vegetables, then you can give supplements, things like pick 456 or other products that contain those immune boosting vitamins and micronutrients. And we've talked about immunization, and it is important that we don't skip immunization during this period. I know mothers are saying, oh, I can't go to the hospital, I can't go to, if the hospital is giving
Yeah,
immunization,
because of COVID-19.
go,
Yeah.
because we don't want to have another epidemic after the coronavirus, and it's very important for
Wow.
pediatricians that we
Wow.
don't mix our immunization. All right, okay, so now let's go
Wow.
on to how do we now protect the children? Remember what I also said, that it's not enough for us to strengthen the immune system. Just like what Yoruba people will say, like you don't say because you maybe you have a gun or something, and then you now open your house up for thieves. I think most Nigerians can understand me. In other words, even though you are
Yeah,
taking
yeah, yeah.
infection, you don't unnecessarily
You must
expose
also protect
yourself to
yourself.
the
Yeah,
infection. So we need to
yeah,
talk about how do we protect our children at this time. And to protect our children, it's important that we protect them from getting the virus into their body. And one of the ways to make sure that these children don't get these germs into their body is hand washing. So wash your hands. And children can wash their hands, and they can learn to wash their hands for 20 seconds. And make it fun. Let them sing happy birthday song or sing any of their favorite cartoon song, just to keep them going, washing their hands. And there are a lot of UNICEF videos showing children washing their hands and showing them where to walk,
yeah.
how to wash the front, the back, the interdigits, the thumb, the wrist, and all that. So it's important. I know parents will say, "How do I get my children to wash their hands?" I know
Oh, I think children love to do it, really.
okay.
Children even do it better than adults. I learned from my own children.
Okay, Vera is a teacher, so she definitely knows how to teach them. So basically, also show
Mhm.
them by example. When you are also washing their hands, let everybody go and wash their hands. So, like my little boy is always going to wash his hand, and he will watch for 20 seconds and sing.
Exactly,
He actually end up
exactly,
doing it for
exactly.
1 minute.
That's fun.
He will end up doing it for 1 minute because it's always there in the bedroom, and I'm like, okay, don't waste all my water now.
And
So
finish all your soap.
yes, they finish all my hand washing queen. All right. So this is important that we make it fun and let them wash their hands and all that. Then we talk about, well,
Yeah,
social distancing. Social distancing, or what we call, we strictly, it's actually physical distancing, means you
distancing.
keep
Yeah,
children away from people. You, for now, please let children stay at home. The government has said no school until we are sure we are over this coronavirus. So there's no way you are
yeah.
taking children. So I know a lot of people are asking, "Wow, can children wear masks and all that?" Yeah, they can wear masks, but where are they going anyway? I would rather you just let them stay home in the first place. Let the
Stay at
adults,
home. Yes,
you
yes.
want to go out and
Go
get the
out.
food or whatever you need to do. If you are a health worker like myself, when I come home, the first thing I do is I physically distance from my children. I quickly get into my bath. Nobody's coming to welcome me home. It's one of the heartbreaking part of coronavirus. Nobody can welcome you or hug you when you're back. You have to forward take all the
Yeah,
things straight into the
true.
washing
That's
machine,
it. That's
straight into the bath, out baths, wash your hands and all that. Then you are ready for a home hug. So please, even if you are going out as adults, make sure that you don't bring the virus home to our children. So children should stay home. They can play in the garden.
That's it. Very important.
Yeah, they can play in the garden. They can play with their own siblings. They can use the technology. Thank God for technology. The same way I'm talking to you, your children can
Yeah.
talk to their friends. They
True.
can be in a
True.
virtual
True.
classroom. They can play games with their friends and all that. But please, one of the things we need to do at this time, because a lot of children are also on online platforms, we need to monitor our children.
Yeah.
Please, parents, don't just leave them to keep going to any side they like. There are a lot of predators online. So, in as much as we want them to be sociable through the technology, we need to monitor the technology as well. So, it is
Yeah.
important
True.
we
True.
keep children at home,
Yeah.
keep
The
them.
balance is very important.
If you are maybe single parents system and you can't leave your children at home, maybe when you're going out to the shops or things like that, there's no other adult to monitor them. Please, when the children are out, make sure there's a 2 meter gap between them, and your children can stay
And
close
any
to
other
you
person.
or to another person. There should be
Yeah.
a 2 meter gap and all that. So these are what we call physical distancing. All right, so
Right.
that's the so that is basically tips that we can on how we can protect our children. So I'm going to ask another question, then we'll go into taking your own questions now. I want somebody to tell me, at least maybe, yeah, what are the tips to? Can you see my question? Okay, what are the tips in protecting children? That's what I just talked about
Not
now.
yet.
Just tell me one of them, maybe the first one.
Yes. Very simple. Simple
Children,
question. So let's be sure that you're following.
yeah, to protect the children during this.
Mention. Yeah. The first tip. That's the question. The first tip. So you must understand the question, please. Is anyone answering?
Somebody has answered an overhand.
Mention first. Yeah, but we asked for first tip. First tip. So no one has gotten it right.
No, she got it. She gave it.
No.
She gave
Okay.
it
So
too. That is Roxy.
so do we give it to Roxy?
Let's give it to Roxy. She gave me two
Okay.
instead of one. My 80 people always overdo. All right. All right. Okay. I will keep the last question. I will keep the. I think I still have
Okay,
one.
so we'll give it to you, Roxy.
We'll give to Roxy. Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
congratulations.
All right, so we're going to take your question. I know some of you asked question when I was talking, so I'm going to try and scan through and see whether I can pick out your question and answer. All right, just scanning through. So that'd be nice if you wait for us, but I don't. I just don't want to make sure we don't miss anybody's question. Okay, yeah. Okay. Somebody is asking Rama Ali.
Okay. Raman, yeah.
Okay. Okay,
I'm
so
trying to
Rama
get
Ali
that
is
question. I
asking.
remember that name.
Yeah, that's but we have heard that those who have had coronavirus may still have it if exposed again. We even saw this on TV, blah 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 blah. Okay, now thank you so much, Rama Ali. Let's start by saying the fact that there's still so many things about coronavirus we don't know. It's a new virus. That is why it's called a novel
True.
virus.
True.
Researchers are doing
Yeah.
lots of researches every day trying to understand this virus. But as at yesterday, when I was still reading and researching, now WHO has come out to say that people really are not getting reinfected. Virtually everybody who has had coronavirus
Oh,
developed antibodies to coronavirus. But what happened was that they're
right.
shedding the already infected cells in the respiratory system.
Right.
This is what is happening, that they really were shedding some of the old cells that have been infected with coronavirus, and that is what really happened. Not that they were really reinfected, but again, like I said, this is still a very new virus, so many people are not really we are not saying so many things with certainty because there's still a lot of researches going on, but primary researches are showing that everybody is developing antibodies, and but those people that seem to be testing positive again are actually shedding the old cells that are infected with coronavirus. And now, Rama, just to answer your questions, the fact that you develop antibodies does not mean you will never have that infection again. So there's what we call, when you are exposed to a germ, you can either develop full immunity, which means you can never have it again, or you could develop what we call partial immunity. Now, for example, let me give you an example.
Okay.
Most of us in Nigeria, we have partial immunity against malaria. We will still have malaria, but we don't have
Of malaria, yes.
malaria. Whereas things
Yeah.
chicken pox, for example, when you have it, most people would never have it again. It's just like a once in a lifetime. There are infections that is a once in a lifetime. Once you have it, you've had it, that's it. But there are some infection that you can have it, you develop partial immunity, you will have it again, but it won't be as severe, that kind of a thing. All right, I hope that makes sense to you. But we can
It
have
does.
a
It
conversation.
does. It does.
Okay, Rama is here asking me a question about what about the vaccine. Right now, as at now, I don't think there is no vaccine that has been authorized for use
None.
against coronavirus. And I think Madagascar, I'm not sure they develop a vaccine. I think they develop a local herbal remedy, if I'm correct. But basically, as at this morning, WHO has not authorized any vaccine for coronavirus. There are lots of
All right.
vaccines being in the pipeline. There are lots of vaccine. I know Italy, I know UK has started their own human trial of a vaccine, and we saw them in Czech, the very first person. Things like this are not just things they just push quickly into the market. They need to be sure they are safe. They need to be sure they are tried in people first before they can now say yes, you can go for it. So if anybody is telling you to come and take vaccine now, please be very careful.
Be careful.
Because
Yes. Be
yeah,
careful.
okay,
At least,
Princess.
Dr. Boyede, if there is a vaccine, we will know officially, at least. So,
Thank Yes. And ATP will be the first to tell you. We always tell you things like that. Okay,
true, true.
Princess, I think you can answer your own question now. Fruits, vegetables, micronutrients, and all that, they are very, very important. Okay, yeah. How to take care of a baby with GCPD deficiency. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about today. I don't know whether you are talking about this in relation to coronavirus or just general. If it's just general, I would say just go and post that question on HCP,
On the
and
group call.
my lovely group of moderators will be able to and professionals will be able to answer that for you. All right, so let me
True.
see. Oh, okay, yeah, Vera, thank you. Okay, we go back to our question. So if we let's just try and talk a little bit just about coronavirus today, protecting our children so that we can focus on that. um
True.
so let's continue with the comments. Well done, doctor, for this.
Um,
Yes, okay. All right. I just want to make sure we don't miss out anybody's questions. So that's why I'm scrolling through. Thank you.
okay, so
Many of you answering questions. Thank you. Even though you didn't win the prize, but I'm happy that you participated. Yeah. All right. 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 All right.
okay, I can see Rashida Oyetunji. You're asking how to boost immunity in children. If you listen to this broadcast again, Dr. Boyede has already answered all of those questions. So you might want to just watch it on our YouTube channel after now.
Yes, thank you. Okay, Sharma is asking, in respect to immunization, should rotavirus be given 3 doses or two? Okay, really, this is not, because I mentioned immunization, I'm going to answer your question. So rotavirus, there are two types. We have the rotavirus vaccine, we have the Rotarix, and we have the Rotatech. So the Rotarix is a 2-dose vaccine. Both of them are oral vaccine, but the Rotatech is a 3-dose vaccine. So ask them which brand are they giving you, and don't start with Rotarix and end up with the other one. Make sure you take the same brand all
Okay,
through. And
very
the one
important.
that is 2, take 2. The one that is 3, take 3. So just make sure you know they should show you. They should show you the pack, and you can read it for yourself, so you can know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is the one you were. Okay. Sorry. Let me answer, Roxy. Where Kid is a brand of multivitamin is fine. You can give any brand of multivitamin you like. Rashida Oyetunji, how to boost immunity. I think that's exactly what I've done for the last 45 minutes. Yes, she
True.
should ask. Okay, Peju is asking, can coronavirus be sexually transmitted? Well, I think some people said they found it in semen and all that. I don't think it's relevant for children anyway, but it is a possibility. Oh, this you are still asking this question. Please go and post this question on our ATP life, on the ATP group itself, so that we can
On the ATP
answer
group
it.
wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you could just search. I think
Okay.
we've done
All
a
the
lot of
people
that.
asking me about brand. Any brand of multivitamin you want is okay. You don't need to ask a particular brand. Okay. If you're asking me question that is not related to the topic, I'm going to skip it. Just go and post that straight um on ATP Facebook group,
ATP
and we
Facebook
can
group.
answer that. Yeah. Okay, I can see so many people are asking me questions that are not really relevant to the topic. Can we try and keep
So
our
I think
question to the
our questions, yeah.
yeah, can we keep our question to the topic of the day so that we don't get sidetracked, and we have just 10 more minutes to go? So I really want to ask question about how do I strengthen the child's immunity, and how do I protect my children from coronavirus? That's the kind of questions I want you to ask. So Crystal that asks about BCG score,
Okay.
just
Okay.
post it on our Facebook group. After that, somebody is ready to give you that answer very straight away. It's a very simple answer. Thank you, Casey, Vivian. Thank you. Uh, okay, again, question that is not related to the topic of hand. Yes, so please, if your question, if I didn't answer your question, it means it's not really related to the topic at hand. Feel free to post it on ATP and we will answer it for you. We just want to focus on the topic of the day. Okay, yeah, zinc tablets help strengthen immunity. Yes, zinc is one of the uh, micronutrients that are also very good for boosting immune system. So it is good to use it, but we need to be careful that I don't want you to now go and because these things are things that are needed as micronutrients, preferably giving their food, and not like you go and be loading the child with zinc all day long. So for example, if a child has diarrhea, we ask you to give them zinc tablet for like 10 days or 14 days. So to help them recover, because when they are shedding, when they are losing the things in the stool, they're losing the lining of of the digestive system. So the zinc helps to quickly heal that lining, and that lining is also part of the immune system, it's part of defense. So don't go and be giving your children zinc every day like that, because there's a quantity that is a daily requirement. So it is not the old tablet that you need to be given. It's better you give either a food or a vitamin supplement that has the zinc inside, or give food that you know are rich in zinc. So most of the vegetables, most of the fruits and all that, they have those things inside them. So when you eat fruits, that's why we say when you eat your fruits and vegetables, you actually get all these things without you even thinking of it. You don't need to take the extracted one. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Okay, if it
Yeah.
is
Thank you so much,
Rotarix,
Dr. Boyede.
if it is Rotarix, it is 2 doses. I think I can easily answer that. Can you say you can't hear sound? Can everybody else hear us? It falls off. Okay. All right. Okay. I think some people were answering my questions. Uh, yes. So, Wuraola is asking, what are the
Okay, people are still
symptoms?
asking, how do I boost immune system?
Yeah, then let me answer Wuraola's question. Wuraola is asking, what are the symptoms we should look at for children from this pandemic? So, in other words, I think you're asking if a child has coronavirus. Now, let's start by saying that most of the symptoms of coronavirus are things that children normally have a lot. Children
Normally
are
have
prone to,
SARS.
yes,
Yeah.
children are prone to having fever.
Fever.
Children are prone to having
True.
cough. Children are prone to they can so it is very easy to confuse coronavirus and all
But
those things.
also assume.
Yeah, but what I would say is that if your child is having a new fever, you give
Okay.
him paracetamol, it's not going down. The child is having cough that is persistent, and it's not like a child with asthma or something like that. And the child is breathless. That is even a key thing to look out for. Then you should really call your doctor, go to the hospital. And there's a way, in Nigeria now it's hard, because before we used to say, oh, is there any history of travel? Is there any contact? But now we have community transmission, so we never
Yeah, we
know.
have community
So
trust.
most
Yeah.
likely the
Yeah.
child will be tested anyway. We'll test for coronavirus. It's most likely it's another respiratory viral infection that children normally have anyway, but we will test them and then we will treat. So, but not most children are not going to have the coronavirus, even though they have those fever and cough. But we need to be sure. So we need to test. So
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
are a lot of testing available and all that. But the most important thing is that if your child is having fever, give them paracetamol. Don't give ibuprofen, because they're beginning to notice that maybe ibuprofen can be a little bit a little bit unsafe kind of. So give them paracetamol and give them lots of fluids, let them drink lots of fluids, and then get them to the hospital. Please, that's one thing I really want to sound in, because I do get a lot of question on HCP, and everybody's asking me, oh, Dr. Boyede, my child has this, my child has that, but I can't go to the hospital because there's lockdown. And I keep telling them, please and please, hospitals are not locked down during the coronavirus. If your child is sick, please and please take them to the hospital. All the children emergency rooms, all the pediatricians, all of them are working. I work, everybody is still working. So you need to take your children to hospital. We don't want to avoid coronavirus and lose a child from something that we could have treated. So please and please, I'm
True.
saying don't go to hospital for frivolous
Dr.
reasons.
Wade, this is a serious issue. Hospitals are rejecting people in Nigeria now. Yeah, that I'm sure that's the worry, but it's really pathetic.
I don't know
I
which
had
of
a friend last week who had such issue. Okay, private hospitals. Yeah, private
Yeah,
hospitals. So
okay.
let's let's
Private
let's
hospitals,
let's
I know
clarify
some
that.
private hospitals are not comfortable because they don't know how to handle things. But please take your see, I'm
Yeah,
going to say this. If you go to ATP group, I brought out a list for parents. I brought out a list what I based on what the Royal College of Pediatrics and Child Health in the UK brought out. So they brought out what they call a red list, they brought out what they call a amber list, and they brought out what they call a green list. If your child has any symptoms in the red list, it doesn't matter whether you are social distance or not, that child needs to go to the hospital. That child must go to the hospital. If a child is convulsing, if a child is having very
yeah.
high fever that is not coming down, a child is becoming unconscious, a child is not breathing well, please take that child to the hospital. Don't say the hospital is locked down. That child must go to the hospital. So
Be
that is
seen by a doctor.
red
Yeah.
list. If there's an amber list, the child is sick, fever, not so bad. That one you can call your doctor. You can try and do whether you can do it. The doctor can quickly assess. Some of us do a lot of telemedicine. If you ask us an HCP, you ask us, we will answer you. We'll be able to tell you, okay, do this, do that. If it's something that you cannot do, we will tell you this one needs to go to the
You need
hospital.
to go
So
to the hospital.
if you are
Yeah.
not sure, at least if you are not sure, I know some of you are not sure because I actually printed out the whole list. I wrote it out. Please, it's very important you go and check that
Yeah.
list.
Yeah.
But if you're not sure,
Yes, it's
please
on the good.
ask us and say, this is what my child asks. What should I do? So if it's the one that you must go to hospital, we will tell you straight away. If it is the one that you can
Yeah.
do A or B, before I usually don't like saying, oh, use these drugs, but now I've tried to relax because of this
Yeah,
COVID-19.
because
So I
of the
will tell you go to
pandemic.
your
Yeah.
local
Yeah.
pharmacist. Some of those things, a pharmacist can also give you the right prescription, not a sales girl,
Yeah,
not
not like these people we have as chemists around Nigeria. Yeah.
you know what I mean? There's a lot of
Yeah.
drugstores in Nigeria that are manned by salespeople, not pharmacists. But there are
Yes.
some of them,
True.
you will know, yourself. This one look like a standard
Yes.
pharmacy. Ask
Yeah.
them who is the pharmacist on seat. The pharmacist on seat can still give you, maybe a child has a skin infection, maybe it's viral, maybe it's a bacterial infection, it's a fungal infection. The pharmacist can give you the appropriate things that you can use. You don't need to see a doctor for that. But if your child doesn't have any serious symptom, please stay at home. So if you ask us, we'll tell you there are some things like, okay, child has diarrhea, but child is playing, is eating, is running around. You don't need to go to hospital. Give ORS, give Oracin.
Then
That's
it's
fine.
fine.
Okay, yeah, the child is having cough, but it's not breathing fast. It's maybe it's just catarrh come from the nose. Just give paracetamol, a lot of fluid. Let the child eat a lot of fruits and veggies. You can stay at home. But if your child is breathing fast, your child is having very high fever, 39, 40, is not coming down, or the child is having convulsion,
Yeah.
or the child is not awake, the child is unconscious, is becoming drowsy. There's nothing like hospital is locked down. That child must be taken to the hospital
Everybody
because
needs to go to the hospital. Yeah.
exactly. We don't want children dying because of COVID-19. No, please, from things that are not even COVID-19. So it is important. Oh, thank you so much. I went off track, but I'm back now. Uh, if you are giving supplement, usually it is written on it how often you should give it. So you just follow whatever the children give. Oh, so many people are asking me how do we boost the children immunity? Like you are late to the show,
You
but
have
no
to you have to
problem.
watch the video again.
You can watch it. You can watch it after. Okay, Shama is asking, are children more susceptible to contact? I think everybody is susceptible to contacting COVID-19. Everybody. That's why it's a pandemic, and children are not excluded. We initially children were not having severe illnesses from COVID-19, but now it appears children are now becoming are also getting sick. So we really need to take all these precautions, social distancing, regular hand washing, very, very important. Okay, how often do we give children vitamin? Most of vitamins are once daily supplements, so that's fine. Can okra boost immunity? Okra soup is vegetable. Abi Vera, okra is vegetable, so it's good.
It
Yes.
is. Yeah, it is. It
Okay,
is.
what fruits can I give my children?
It is.
Any fruits, any fruits. Banana,
Yeah.
yeah, all these carrots, apple, everything, all fruits are fine. 5 a day. If they can take 5 portions a day, that would be lovely. Yes. What can you give or do to a child that doesn't like to eat? Okay. So just we have a whole this unit on how to feed your children. We have a lot of tips on feeding children. So Dennis, you need to go to ATP group and look for ATP tips on feeding, ATP tips on feeding, and just try to follow all our tips on feeding. I think that will be very helpful. Okay, our time is up now. We need to go. I can see Vera is telling me we need to go now. All right, so let me just quickly answer the leftover questions and then we can wrap it up and we can wrap it up. Okay, can we give them vitamin C? So you can give them vitamin C, but don't overload
Yeah.
them with vitamin C because these Nigerian mothers, please don't overload our children because there's a dose that is appropriate so that you don't end up overloading. Luckily, vitamin C and vitamin B are vitamins that the body can uh, remove if it's too much through urine. So it's a good thing, but at the same time, don't overload. But there are vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin D. The body cannot remove them, and they can when they are too much in the body, they can cause overdose. I mean, what we call toxicity or hypervitaminosis, and that's why we need to be careful with vitamin. Okay. Precious is not happy with the pharmacist. I understand. Yeah, no problem. So if you can have access to your doctor on the dose, have access
Then
to your
it's
doctor.
fine.
Usually it's the pediatricians that are the um pediatricians are the one that are calculators based people. We're always calculating weights and deciding the dose, whereas adults tend to take the same dose. All of you adults, you're always taking the same dose irrespective of your weights,
The
whereas it's
same
not
dose
like
of everything.
so. I
True.
guess the pharmacist is just going by the recommended dose for age.
Yes.
So
Yes.
sometimes they
Yes.
go with recommended dose
Absolutely. Yes.
for age, but we go with recommended dose for weight. So no problem.
For weight.
If you are not sure, ask us. Ask us. We can always answer you with that one. Yeah. So, oh, somebody said we should not go. Are you going to pay for our?
Thank you so much, Peju.
Oh yeah, we finished. Thank you so much for everybody joining us. This is a
Thank,
very lively ATP live today. So many participants.
yeah.
I hope I've answered all my quiz questions. I still have anything to give away.
I think we have one more question.
Okay. Have I asked? Are you sure? I've asked about this one. Yes.
That's
And
four.
I've asked this one. I've asked this one. I've asked this one too. Yeah, I think I've asked all my questions. Oh. I think I've asked all the questions. So
Oh,
don't worry.
that's
I've asked all the questions. I think we should have
that's
like five winners now. So if you are a winner, we'll get in touch with you. And our what's it called? Our sponsors will get your gift over to you. Just be
yes,
patient. I know it takes.
yeah.
Remember, there's social distancing now, so things may be a little bit slower in getting to you. So please don't be in a
So
hurry.
so if you're a winner and you are not on the ATP group, you need to come on the group so we can search for you. Otherwise, you might need to send us a message. If you're a winner today, our winners are Blessing Joseph Oladipo, Chioma Ezunwa Ezigbo, Olugbogi Omotola Akigbe, Roxy Olumese, Ogbekulu, if you are a winner for today, please, you could send us a message, or if you are not on, you need to be on the group so we can easily search, get across to you, because we need your details, your address, so that the sponsor would get to you. I hope we got that. Roxy
Yes.
and all other winners. Okay, yeah, I
Yes.
think they got that.
Okay. So we're rounding up.
Okay, so yeah, Dr. Boyede, any final words for us
Okay.
as we round off?
So in summary, we have finished. I think we've gone 4 minutes beyond time. But basically, I just want to
Yeah.
say thank you to all of you for being part of ACP Live today, and thank you for keeping our children. I know most mothers are almost pulling their ears out because it's not easy to be the teacher, the mother, the everything at the same time, and
Absolutely.
the children don't
Yes.
understand why they have to stay indoors, why they can't go to school, why they can't do this. And especially I want to appreciate the mothers who have special needs children, children on the autism spectrum. It's
True.
not been easy at
True.
all. Thank you so much for keeping our children safe. And so basically what we've talked about this
Yeah.
morning is how to strengthen the immunity of our children. The immunity is there. All you need to do is to make sure that it's in optimum eldest balance so that it can do its work. So exclusively breastfeed children below 6 months, children above 6 months, continue to breastfeed, but give them other food that are rich in micronutrients and vitamins that will help the immune system to function. And we talk about fruits, we talk about vegetables, or you can give supplements that contain those products as well. Give your children immunization as well, and make sure that if the children are sick, you take them to the hospital as soon as you can. And I really want to thank our sponsor, Pick 456, for making it possible for myself and Vera to be with you this morning. And they would like us to let you know that Pick 456 is formulated for children between 4 to 6 years old, and it is packed with all those antioxidants, vitamins, and micronutrients, prebiotics that are also good for strengthening the immunity of our children.
Thank you so much, Dr. Boyede. It was very, very, very pleasing to hear you speak today. And I'm extremely certain with the comments and everything that our viewers were really, really blessed. I like to use the word blessed. Okay, they were really educated. Okay, thank you so much. Viewers, want to thank you for spending time with us this morning. And for those who are not on our Facebook group, please join our group and ask your questions there. We are available to respond to your questions from Mondays through Saturdays. On Sundays, we don't attend to post, but of course, you can go through the group. Now, we have our page as well, the Ask the Pet. You can see that. Dr. Bede, please, can you please show our social media handles so they can join? Then you could also subscribe on our YouTube channel. All of what you've heard today, if you want to have a replay, you can go on our YouTube channel to listen to this again. Of course, you can't ask questions live then because it's no more live. But if you have any questions whatsoever concerning your children, Ask the Pediatricians Facebook group is there for you. Thank you so much. Dr. Boyede, you seem to want to say something?
Yes, I was saying some people are just coming in and telling me that I didn't answer the questions. I'm so sorry for that. If you still have a question and you want us to answer your question, please feel free to go to ATP Facebook group. Don't put it under the video. Post it directly so that we can say, because after we are not live, we will not be able to answer questions on the video itself. But if you put it straight onto the group, then one of us will definitely answer you. So if you have not answered your question, you still have questions, please post it directly on our Facebook group and we will answer you. Thank you so much.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll be here again. Of course, we'll advertise our program and let you know when we'll have our next Ask the Pediatricians live. But now it's bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.